Of course, June comes around, there's all these proclamations and raising of the pride flag. And oh my God, I went to a Mariners game the other day, and it was like the American flag, the pride flag, the state of Washington flag. And I'm like, that seems like a weird order. At least the pride flag wasn't above the American flag, but it still seemed a little odd to me. Look, I'm an ally, all for gay rights, whatever it is. I just don't believe that the government should have any role in promoting anyone's sexuality or anything like that beyond protecting the liberties of people to love who they love and to marry who they choose. That's my belief. So when you get into this, let's dedicate a whole month and we'll raise the pride flag over City Hall, and I'm like, no, that's absolutely absurd. So that's why we kind of celebrated the City of Newcastle when they had a proclamation before them to recognize Pride Month and raise a pride flag over City Hall, and 4 of the 7 of them were like, yeah, no thanks.
So if we start raising flags, we got to raise everybody. How we want a Hamas flag flying over, the city of Newcastle, or MAGA flag? How about a Trump flag or an Antifa flag? We're not going there, folks. Not while I'm the mayor. I'm sorry. So this is already an inclusive city with an inclusive flag that flies 24/7 over our city. We include everybody. We're not going to exclude somebody, and we're not going to say, well, this group is better than that group, so they get a flag or they get a day. Everybody is equally represented by the American flag every single day.
Amen, Mayor Robert Clark. Love that guy. Now, I think it's a little extreme to say the pride flag is the same as the Hamas flag. That's ridiculous. But I think the point that he was making was if we do it for this group, what about this group and this group and this group and this group? Like, we have the American flag. It includes everyone. Let's just fly that. But that did not go over well on the internet in today's day and age, because I had pushed out that clip and it went crazy on the internet of people sharing it, because they were sort of like, I'm glad someone is standing up to the Pride Month pandemonium. But as these things often go, the angriest mob wins out. So there was a city council meeting. There had been a lot of pressure on the city council to reverse course on this decision. So you had folks who showed up on both sides, both people who wanted the pride flag raised and some who agreed with the mayor that, no, we have the American flag. That's good enough. It includes everyone. Our friend Jonathan Cho, of course, diligent as he is, was down in Newcastle last night for this meeting. And he took this clip of, it was so full. It was like standing room only and people were spilling over into the hallway. And he took this video of a guy who was there grasping the American flag and trying to make his case to the people around him.
Unite around the American flag.
You're totally
this flag
right.
fly not just for the Christians or the liberals or the queers or the straight. It flies for every single person.
Absolutely.
We all bleed red, white, and blue, right? I come from a tribalistic country where tribalism, the end of it is loyalty to the chief and whatever the chief says, which means there is no individual expressing. So I want to tell you guys that you have a great country with this flag that's flying. I'm being called on freedom. But when we start having a tribalistic flag, we end up living for our own self, and we abandon the very mission, which is out of many one. Which is what our founding fathers gave, right? But tribalism says out of one, many. Which means that you end up having your own king. We end up taking 1,000-year leap back into the Middle Ages, where kings were conquering one another. Now we unite under values and principles that hold us as glue, not just whoever thinks whatever their ways are.
Man, love it. Love it. Love it. He has such a good point. It echoes what the mayor said. It's like, we have a symbol already that everyone can unite over. Why replace it with a symbol that's exclusionary in nature, that celebrates a certain segment of the population while ignoring everyone else? So the question is, did the city council cave, right? Cave under pressure? The answer is yes, kind of. One council member caved. One council member, who happens to be the deputy mayor, Pratima Lakosha, voted no on the Pride Declaration initially, came back and announced that she was changing her vote. Here it is.
We did not want to single out anyone and exclude anyone. And that is why we did not do even the AAPI proclamation. However, as a city council member, it is my job to represent Newcastle. And after listening to the voices of our citizens, and I also did a thorough analysis of the information that was available, of the opinions of Newcastle residents, and I have concluded that majority of the residents support raising the pride flag. Raising the pride flag has been a tradition for Newcastle they have participated this in for the last 4 years, and now the community has shown that they are unwilling to break it. So as such, I will be in favor of raising the pride flag. I'll see you guys in the council chambers.
Jonathan Cho confronts her. Hold on, wait for it.
Councilmember, so help me understand what this all means then, basically. Does that mean you're going to issue another proclamation this evening?
No, we are not going to issue a proclamation. We'll see what happens in the council meeting. Yeah.
Got it. So are you trying to raise the pride flag now for the remainder of this month in Newcastle?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, interesting. Wow, why did you decide to flip your vote?
The community wants it. As a council member, I represent majority.
How do you know the majority of the city?
Well, people have voiced their concerns.
But how do you know that's the majority?
They have emailed us. They have, written to us.
So what's your metric for determining what's the
I did
majority?
my own analysis. Thank you.
So it's your own analysis. Okay.
Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you.
Yeah, she did her own analysis. Okay, I'm sure it was scientific. And I get it. It's like you want to listen to the needs and the desires of your constituency. I'm a big believer in if you're going to take public feedback as an elected official, public feedback should mean something. But for her to say a majority support it, there's just no statistical way for her to prove that unless they poll every single resident in Newcastle about how they feel. But anyway, something I wanted to point out about this, and we'll get to the official vote because the mayor, Robert Clark, said something hilarious. Jonathan Cho, I get it. His presence at places really ticks people off. But when you talk about a mob, and that's what this becomes, right? When you're not willing to listen to other people's point of view, all you can do is shout them down, try to keep them out of the conversation, etc. That's mob behavior. And I just don't believe in rewarding mob behavior. Let me just play this clip. So Jonathan Cho's out there, this group of the pro-pride folks, they're trying to block a pastor from coming in up the stairs to participate and have his voice heard.
Why aren't you letting him walk in public property, ma'am? Ma'am, you're blocking him. You're blocking him. You touch me, you're going to be in big trouble.
Piss off.
Do it, bro.
Piss off. Piss
This guy
off.
threatened
Go.
me,
Piss
and you're not
off.
in.
Piss off. F off. Get out of here. F off.
Look
Go
at this
away.
guy.
F off. Piss off. Get out of here. Go away.
You speaking to the...
Piss off. Go out of here.
Hey, look at this guy. That's your boy.
That's insane. We cannot reward mob mentality. If you believe that you can get things by acting like a mob, and leaders give into that, that's how we get in the situation that we're in. I mean, look at Chaz Chop, one of many examples. Like, you acted like a mob, and you were rewarded by getting to take over 6 square blocks of a city, including a police precinct for an entire month, and having some of the individuals who were involved in it get lucrative government contracts. So we have in Seattle particularly, and really grow increasingly so across Washington state and in some liberal cities, it's like whoever shouts the loudest gets their way. I don't care if it's the conservatives shouting the loudest, the liberals shouting the loudest, or whoever it is, pro-part. You cannot give in. That doesn't make you a leader. That's not leadership, to give in to whoever shows up and screams the loudest. And I mean, you see how absolutely unhinged that is. So anyway, here is the moment where the vote in the Newcastle City Council changed.
The motion on the floor is to raise the pride flag for the remaining month of June. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No.
Nay.
Okay, the motion passes 4-3. At the conclusion of this meeting, Deputy Mayor Lacochia will raise the pride flag personally.
I'm not sure if he's joking. So she's the one who flipped her vote, and the mayor's like, okay, at the conclusion of this meeting, she will personally raise the pride flag. And I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, she did, right? She had a little help. She had trouble figuring out how to raise a flag, apparently, but she did. After the meeting, go out there, raise the pride flag over City Hall. I just thought that was funny. I'm curious. We've reached out to the mayor for comment, and I'm curious if he volunteered her to do that since she was the one who changed her vote. So the pride flag is now flying over Newcastle City Hall after a vote not to do it and then a vote to do it. Here we are. So about halfway through the month. It's a truncated pride flag celebration at Newcastle City Hall. But if you think that giving into a mob is going to get you anywhere as a city, is going to teach the mob that or the mob's satiated and this is the one thing that they're going to yell and scream about and get their way on. No, now you've told them we'll give in to the mob. So next time you have a vote that they don't agree with, they're going to come back and they're going to yell and scream and shout until you change your votes. So basically you just become puppets who aren't capable of making decisions on your own and will fold to whoever screams in your face the loudest. Congratulations.